Hey, hello, how do you do? Shady Doorags here, and welcome to another episode of Episode Rundown, where I, Shady Doorags, run down the episodes of Miraculous, Tales of Ladybug and Cat Noir. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I didn't know this was going to be the third part to the Queen Bee saga. The first one was part 1, the second one was part 2. I assumed part 3 would be named part 3. If I had known this was part 3, I would have done a reaction video to it. I'm sorry. Anyway, this is episode something or another, Maledictator, and obviously, given what this episode is about, it's naturally going to be up there with the Insta-fave because I'm very, very biased. So the episode starts out with Chloe, of all things. Fantastic start. It starts out with Chloe, and she's giving a presentation, and it's supposed to be a video of Ladybug interviewing Queen Bee. And you have no idea how happy I was when it faded from black and showed Chloe in the Queen Bee outfit. I instantly jumped to the edge of my seat. But she's not in the actual Queen Bee outfit. This is all staged. She just had another separate Queen Bee outfit made for her. She's giving a presentation to her class about a person of greatness or inspiring person or something like that. And her class calls her out on it because it's just Chloe interviewing herself. Now, the show has this habit of shaming things it's done in the past. Like things it should have acknowledged. Like it says, the classmates tell Chloe, you didn't even change your hair. How is anybody supposed to think you're Ladybug? And I'm like, do we need to go back to season 1? just gonna call. I think they're just calling themselves out though. But I thought it was kind of funny. Like, oh, you didn't even change your hair. Yeah. She didn't. But this sets an interesting thing for Chloe because it's really put on the forefront in this scene that nobody likes Chloe. Nobody likes Chloe, and they make her feel like she's worthless. Now, when I did my season 1 review, one of my big complaints was that Chloe was useless. She's supposed to be doing the bully stereotype, which I love the bully stereotype, but the great thing about the bully stereotype is that they have something that makes them good, which makes them feel superior. That's how they become a bully. And they lord that over other people. Chloe, my problem with her was that she had nothing good about her. She was pretty much useless. Now, there are shows that will retcon things. I don't know if Miraculous had this planned out from the beginning or if they saw their mistake and they went back and fixed it. But Miraculous took something that was really done really poorly in season 1. The fact that Chloe has caused so much damage. And again, they even mentioned that she caused so many akumas to occur. They took that notion that she's useless and they applied it to her character in what I would say was a very well done way. They really pushed on to Chloe that she was useless. Nobody liked her. Even Sabrina starts laughing because even though Sabrina does care about Chloe, we know it's superficial and easily broken. I shouldn't say superficial, but it's easily broken. And Marinette says something. Marinette tries to say it under her breath, but she says it out loud and it's done like it's an accident. I kind of felt that was a little forced. Marinette has openly made fun of Chloe before. So this time around, they were trying to make her seem like good girl Marinette, and she said the thing. She's like, oh, I didn't mean to say that out loud. But she said something about Chloe, and that's kind of the final straw. Everybody's laughing at Chloe. Everybody's telling her she's useless. She storms out with a threat. She goes to her dad, and interesting thing, Audrey comes back, and when Audrey was first introduced, it was kind of weird because I liked that Chloe didn't just get her nasty attitude from her mom. Her mom was pretty nasty, but she was a different kind of nasty. I kind of liked that, but at the same time, I was wondering why they were so different from each other because Chloe imitated her mom. But her nastiness was so different. This time they made Audrey the same level of nasty as Chloe, and it was too fun to watch. It was too fun to watch this basically adult version of Chloe. making demands on her husband. So Audrey and Chloe, they both tell the mayor that, hey, he needs to shut down the school strictly to punish the kids. Like, to shut down the school strict. And the mayor says he can't do it, which I find weird because he's broken so many other laws up until now that finally he's like, oh, I can't close the school forever. He said he could shut it down for a week maybe, but he can't close it down forever. And Audrey and Chloe threaten to leave to New York because Chloe just doesn't want to be at the whole problem is Chloe doesn't want to be at that school anymore. It's not so much that she wants to punish the other kids, which she does, but she doesn't want to be at that school anymore. So Audrey threatens to leave and take Chloe with him. And the mayor shows that he genuinely does care about his family. And this really gets him down. The fact that Audrey and Chloe are going to leave for New York. I thought, when I saw it, I was like, hey, this is a win-win. Because Chloe doesn't like anybody at that school, and nobody at the school likes Chloe. So, but the mayor gets really down, and this causes the Akuma to target him, and he becomes Maledictator, who it was kind of like the Roger Cop episode, where he basically can make anybody do what he says. But he can change their attitude about it as well. Well, there's a lot of people who can make anybody do what they say, but he was basically taking over the town like a dictator. So Chloe goes back to the school. She tells everybody that she's leaving. She tells them in a helicopter. And they all cheer. And I'm like, yeah, this is a win-win situation. But, and I was thinking this in my head, but there should be one person who's really upset about this. And it's not Sabrina. There really should be one person who's genuinely upset about this. And they actually came through with that. Good guy Adrian walks in. And he's actually genuinely upset that Chloe is leaving. And Marinette is asking these questions. Why? Why would you? She's a mean person. And I'm thinking in my head exactly what Adrian is saying. She was his only friend for a time. Like, I've harked on Adrian because he's supposed to be good guy Adrian. If Chloe's supposed to be his friend, then yeah, he should be harsh on her about her behavior. But she's still his friend. He should still have some care for her. And they showed that. He said, yeah, she was nasty, but she was my only friend for a long time. And he makes a good point. She left feeling bad. She left feeling like nobody wanted her. And as good guy Adrian, yeah, he's going to feel bad about that. Marinette changes from being happy because now Adrian is sad, but also because she's good girl Marinette. And even though some nasty parts can come out of her, the fact that Adrian is making this good point, she starts feeling guilty. She's like, yeah, she is kind of leaving on bad terms. So Maledictator comes into play, and he wants to punish Marinette specifically. He takes control of Audrey, who has the best attitude about it. Again, Audrey is just not impressed by superheroes and supervillains. I love it. But he takes control of her. And he wants to take control of Chloe because Chloe's leaving. And Chloe ducks out of there. And when Chloe ducks out of there, that's when it kind of hit me. Oh, this is going to be a Chloe episode, isn't it? Ah! But yeah, Chloe ducks out of there and she manages to dodge him. Marinette and Adrian find out. Marinette becomes Ladybug. Adrian becomes Cat Noir. Can you guess what happens to Cat Noir? We got a supervillain who controls other people. Guess what happens to Cat Noir? Just guess. Just one guess. Yeah, he gets controlled. Yeah. Cat Noir gets controlled. He turns Cat Noir into an actual literal cat. One that can easily get his Miraculous taken away from. Maledictator tries to take away his Miraculous after he turns him into a cat, but he's a cat, but he's a defiant cat, so... And somebody, I don't remember if it was Maledictator or Hawkmoth, but one of them said, oh, we can easily take it off him later. Let's focus on getting ladybugs. And I'm like, no, don't do that. Because if you get it from him and give it to Hawkmoth, at least he'll have one. Ladybug will be on her own from now on. Like, I get tired of them saying that. Like, oh, we don't have to focus on this specific superhero who's useless right now. We can easily get their Miraculous. No, get it right now. But, Hawkmoth is the worst supervillain that ever supervillained. So, Ladybug does her lucky charm and tells her to go to Master Fu, which I've established I'm not the biggest fan of, but I knew it was coming. I knew what was coming. Ladybug runs to Master Fu, and she says, as she's picking the Miraculous, she says, I need someone who's not impressed by power. That felt a little forced because Alia's not really that impressed by power either. But I see what they were trying to go with. They were really trying to find a good reason to bring Chloe back into the fold, for Marinette specifically to choose Chloe. And I think they could have done a much worse job than what they've done. Like, I don't think it was awful what they did. It could have been better. But yeah, she chooses to be Miraculous, and she's obviously going to give it to Chloe. So Marinette, remembering Chloe's her video, is able to find Chloe as Ladybug, and there's actually a I don't want to say heartfelt, but there's an emotional moment with Chloe where she breaks down, not just because people called her useless, but because she believes it. She believes that she causes people nothing but pain. And that was, like I said, they took a problem I had with season 1 and they used it well for this character. Chloe being useless should affect her in the way it did in this episode, because she views herself so highly. And the reality of her being useless is something she wants to avoid. Something she wants to pretend like it doesn't exist. So this high view that she puts out of herself, of making collages of herself, telling everyone she's the more important one, it actually, when you think about it, does make a lot of sense to her character. So again, I don't know if they had that planned from the beginning, but if not, or if they did, good job. If not, good turnaround. Good job making this all work out for you, because I did genuinely feel, I mean, I always genuinely feel for Chloe because I'm biased, but I think if I wasn't biased, people can still genuinely feel for Chloe in this moment. And Ladybug actually makes a good superhero in this moment because she inspires Chloe to be better. She's not just telling her to be better. She's inspiring her. Well, I guess she is using words, but she's inspiring Chloe to be a better Chloe than she was before. Chloe does her buzz on with pollen. Made me so happy. Yes, Queen Bee is back. And the funniest, oh my goodness, I burst out laughing when this happened. Ladybug and Queen Bee go to Maledictator to fight him. Ladybug lands and says, okay, here's the plan. Before she can say anything, Queen Bee shouts out, Daddy, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I burst out laughing so much that it was so hilarious to me, because it was Chloe trying to make things right, but still being just a horrible superhero. Oh, that brought a big smile to my face. So they fight off Maledictator, who's got a bunch of people under his control. And he does this thing where he's like, I'll just control all of Paris. And I'm just like, you could have did that in the first place, but okay. So he's going to send the mega super spirit bomb down onto Paris, and everybody's going to be under his control. Marinette does the lucky charm, and oh my goodness, it gives her this giant freaking gun. And Queen Bee says, oh, that's an effective lucky charm. And freaking Ladybug takes off the laser pointer and throws the rest of the gun away. No. That's not how the lucky charms work. The item is supposed to be useless, not just part of the item. What is going on here? So I get it. They wanted to make a joke. You know, the lucky charm in the past has always been something vague. And they're like, oh, what are you going to do with that? This time it was a huge freaking gun. And it's like, oh, okay. Obviously, there's only one thing you're supposed to do with this. And they wanted to make the joke, but I feel kind of cheated there, because that's pretty inconsistent. You're supposed to use all of the lucky charm, but she takes off the laser pointer and she uses, I think this was pretty clever, she uses Cat Noir to take out the soldiers so that Queen Bee can get close to Maledictator and stun him. I thought that was great use of teamwork. They had to cheat with the lucky charm to do it, but I thought it was great use of teamwork. And I like that. I like that when there's a new superhero introduced, the new superhero plays a key to capturing the Akuma, or to taking down the villain, basically. So Chloe's able to do what is it, Venom sting? Venom, I think it is. And she's able to get Maledictator, who can't move, and that, of course, allows Ladybug to do to capture the Akuma. So all that happens, and Chloe, of course, gives back her Miraculous because she's a little bit of a changed person now. So the next day comes, Chloe goes back to school, and the students are celebrating Queen Bee because everybody knows who Queen Bee is now, and they know Queen Bee helped save the city. Like, she actually helped save the city. And it's a moment that brought a smile to my face. I like Chloe, and I like seeing other people be appreciative of her, but it's just nice that this girl who really wants to be appreciated finally did something worth appreciating, and she's getting rewarded for it. That's not always going to happen. A lot of times you do good stuff and nobody cares. You're supposed to do, Jordan of Australia, you're not supposed to do good deeds because they would get you noticed. You're supposed to do them because they are the right thing to do. But it still made me happy to see it. And it kind of put thoughts in my head. I kind of want a Sailor Scout kind of thing. Where, like I said, Miraculous is the modern-day Sailor Moon, so I was kind of expecting it to go this route anyway. But I wanted a Sailor Scout kind of thing, where once the hero is introduced, they get to keep the thing that turns them into a hero, and they're permanently a hero. But they don't seem to be going that route. I feel like they kind of still are, because I did see a spoiler a while ago. I want to say it was like a year ago that kind of hinted that they were going that route. But so far it doesn't seem like they're going that route, because obviously... I keep saying obviously this freaking review. All the heroes have, so far, except for Ladybug and Cat Noir, have given back their Miraculous, which kind of makes me think Ladybug and Cat Noir will have to give it back once Hawkmoth is defeated. But also the fact that everyone knows who Queen Bee is kind of cements that she can't be a superhero, because everyone already knows who she is. So the whole secret identity that they try to push out onto you, that's completely down the toilet. So I'm just guessing that there's going to be this big grand finale where all of the Miraculous heroes will be able to contribute in some way. I would love it if, here's the thing. Okay. So the people they got right now, to me, are the Sailor Scouts, basically. They got their 5. Ladybug, Cat Noir, Rena Rouge, Queen Bee, and, Carapace. I expected Carapace to be Sabrina, but, it makes sense that it would be Adrian's best friend. You've got the main character, you've got her best friend, you got the sidekick, you got his best friend, and you got the rival. That's a good 5 right there. You got them 5. They need to all come together and do something. I would love it if what happens is either Marinette or Ladybug, one of them gets akumatized, and because Cat Noir can't defeat an Akuma without Ladybug, he has to gather up the Sailor Scouts, and they have to all work together to defeat this super mega powerful Akuma that Marinette has become. I would love it if that happened. I don't know if they're going to be able to do that. It might also be a budget thing. They got superheroes running around and whatnot, and they clearly try to take shortcuts with their animation budget. In certain ways. So that might also be a thing. They can't just have heroes every episode. Also, it is kind of a meta reason, because Ladybug barely needs help as it is. She has one sidekick. If she had 3 more all the time, things would be way too easy. So I don't like it for a story reason, but I can see meta reasons as to why they're not introducing all the heroes into the picture. But yeah. So that was the Maledictator episode. Obviously, I love it. It was Chloe focused. It was not only Queen Bee giving her powers back, but Chloe had really good character development. I've complained about Chloe's character development before, saying, hey, it's going the right direction, but it wasn't really done right. I think this episode, it's going the right direction, and it was done right. I think it was very significant for Chloe to have to understand that she can't just be she can't pretend like she deserves to be appreciated. It has to be earned, and you have to do the right thing. And the right thing is not easy to do. You have to admit to yourself and be honest. And she didn't do a complete 180 either. It's still a gradual change. You know, at the end, she's still being a bit stuck up and a bit snobby and whatnot. And I can appreciate that. So definitely one of my favorite episodes. Again, one of the few episodes that legit had me burst out laughing. But that's going to be all. We got just a couple episodes left of season 2. I'm going to do a reaction of the season finale like I tend to do. I don't do reactions of all the episodes because I think that's tacky. But I'm guessing these next couple episodes are going to be plot significant. Like, there's been a lot of plot significant episodes in season 2. But I'm definitely going to do a reaction for the season finale, and we'll see what we can do about that. But that's not next episode, I don't think. I'll see you guys in the next episode. This has been Shady Doorags. So long. Farewell. Auf Wiedersehen. Goodbye.